calls to tax the super-rich grow as economic inequality surges.
Here's a summary of the article.
Economists and many millionaires are calling on governments to impose taxes on the world's super-rich, warning of an unfolding economic, ecological and human rights disaster caused by escalating wealth inequality. Billionaires have seen their wealth grow by 109% over the past decade, from $5.6 trillion to $11.8 trillion in total, according to Oxfam International, which focuses on the global alleviation of poverty. Even a tax rate of 3 to 4% would generate significant revenues because wealth concentration is so extreme and has grown so dramatically in the past few years, said economist Jayati Ghosh, a signatory of the Tax Extreme Wealth Letter. In India, for example, a 4% tax on dollar billionaires would generate revenues of 1% of GDP, as much as total public health spending by central and state governments taken together, Ghosh told Al Jazeera. Stronach, writing in Canada's National Post newspaper, also proposed nations create an economic charter of rights to tackle the deepening problem of wealth inequality. With an economic charter of rights, companies with more than 300 employees would be required to share 20% of their annual profits with employees, Stronach said. A country adopting an economic charter would create a much fairer and broader-based distribution of wealth than any system that has previously existed. The extreme concentration of wealth in the hands of a few inevitably leads to economic domination. We need to break those chains.
This post received a score of 37,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
During the golden age of the middle class, at least in my country, the highest bracket was taxed at 90%. It's been a long economic decline since then, aligning perfectly with tax cuts for the wealthy. The trickle-down economic experiment has gone on for 60 years and has proven an abject failure. It's time to fix it.
The experiment worked exactly as intended.
Yup, the rich folk praised it. The idiots who thought it might actually work for them spread it like it was the new Jesus, not even thinking that greed would be destroying their little capitalistic utopian image. And now we all suffer for it.
Greater than spread it like it was the new Jesus, considering prosperity gospel. They actually did this literally, not just figuratively.
While some countries are facing law enforcement, military recruitment drops significantly. Besides corrupt POS at the top turning blind eye to certain issues, some of us can see the end goal is plain sight. Years of promoting toxic culture and letting them get away with whatever. The same people who kept them in power and going to ask for favors to be returned when the majority of populations are living on the streets, hungry and impoverished. Depression era 2.0 electric boogaloo. Now with more mass unrest and political violence. Look no further than France.
A large part of why they're not letting go of power is because they know what's coming when they do. Most people are going to vote to fix the problems they created at the expense of the wealthy. Good. The wealthy fucked us all far too long, man.
Thinking voting alone will fix this.
In the US case, I'll go with, we won't know unless we try. And I'm counting voting in Democratic Party primaries as part of voting.
If voting wasn't going to help fix it, then Republicans wouldn't be desperately trying to attack people's ability to vote. You misunderstood scholar.
But it is the super-rich that control taxing laws. The government serves merely as a puppet of the ultra-rich and giant corporations to bend the rules in their favor, which allows them to hoard their billions. The only way they will understand something is to hit them where it hurts, which is a nationwide halt on labor, so they won't make money anymore.
They can afford to make no money longer than you.
Money is irrelevant when everyone participates.
When you can't buy food, what you gonna do?
You take it lol, but not from them. That's how it's set up. We start taking things and we are only going to be taking from each other. Business owners aren't the super rich.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.